Today on Cravings blog, we're making quite the production, the Bollypop. Hi everyone, I'm Karen Ahmed. Earlier this year, I debuted this on Recipe to Riches and I made it in the top 3 in my category for appetizers in Canada. The recipe is amazing. This appetizer has wowed everybody that has eaten it. So today I'm going to show you how to make this. The Bollypop consists of 3 things. An amazing filling that's made with chicken and potato. It's dotted with red pepper confetti, coriander, and a whole bunch of spices. The center of the Bollypop is really the pop. It is a little ball of green chutney. And the whole Bollypop is dipped in a luscious chickpea batter and deep fried. Not only is this completely delicious, it's also gluten-free. I've gone ahead and pre-prepared the chutney that makes the pop in my Bollypop. You can go ahead and get this recipe from my channel at youtube.com/cravingsblog. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a little piping bottle. You can use anything. You can use just regular piping bag, even a spoon. What I'm trying to do is freeze up little nuggets of this chutney so I can insert it into the middle of the Bollypop. I tried so many ways to do this when I was crafting this recipe. I even tried to inject the Bollypop with a turkey injector. I tried everything, but this method just seemed to work the best. And you make me smile, While the little chutney nuggets are freezing in the freezer, I'm going to start with the rest of the ingredients. I've got a pot of boiling salted water already going. And in that, I'm going to add 2.5 pounds of chopped russet potatoes. You can use any kind of potatoes you want, white potatoes, yellow potatoes. It doesn't really matter, but I found russet potatoes really have the best texture. So that's the kind of potato I'm going to use. Once that's boiled, I'm going to start on the delicious chicken mixture. I've got a couple of tablespoons of some nice hot oil in a saute pan. And the first thing I'm going to do is add 2 teaspoons of black mustard seeds. And if the oil's hot enough, it's going to start spluttering immediately. And then I'm going to add some red onion. This is 1 large red onion. It's about 8 ounces. After the onions have had about a minute just to soften up, we're not really looking for dark golden brown. We just want to make sure that they're sauteed and cooked. I'm going to add about a cup of curry leaves. You don't have to cut the curry leaves, but sometimes I find that the leaves are a little bit too big. So I just roughly chop them using my kitchen scissors. Let that cook for another minute. Next, let's add a couple of powdered spices. I've got 2 teaspoons of chaat masala, 2 teaspoons of cumin powder, a teaspoon of turmeric, and a teaspoon of chili powder. Now remember, the turmeric is not only good for you, but it's going to give the inside of these Bollypops that beautiful yellow hue. Mix it all up, and the powdered spices tend to fry up very quickly. So before they burn, I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of ginger and garlic paste. Let it saute really briefly. Move it to the side. Make room for the star of the show. 1 pound of boneless chicken that I've chopped into tiny little pieces. I've used chicken thigh, but you can use chicken breast if you want. Chicken breast actually cooks a lot faster. But I've started to use chicken thigh recently only because I find it's more succulent and it's also cheaper. I'm always making these in quite large batches for friends and family. So it's really a more economical way to make these. Now the chicken does need to cook. So let's cover this and let this cook for at least 7 minutes. I'm just adding some salt, and I don't want to cook this too much because I don't want this gravy to dry up. As you can see, it's nice and juicy, and so this is perfect to add to the potatoes. I'm just going to shut this off and I'm going to give it a chance to cool, and I'm just waiting on my potatoes. Once they're out, I'm going to drain them, we're going to mash them, and then add them all together. While the chicken mixture is cooling and the potatoes are still boiling, I'm just going to prepare the chickpea batter, and this is what we're going to dip all our Bollypops in before we fry them. I've got 3 cups of chickpea flour, and this is gluten-free because it's made out of garbanzo beans or chickpea beans. And I'm going to add water. I've got about 2 cups here, but just add a little bit at a time, because if you add too much, it's going to be really hard to get the lumps out. You need to work this a little bit. I've added the 2 cups of water now, and it's a beautiful and luscious batter. Chickpea batter tends to thicken up over time. So sometimes I'll prepare the batter and I'll just add more water if I need to. This is the kind of consistency you're looking for when you dip your Bollypops in them. So now I'm going to add all of the little extras that's going to make this batter super special. The first thing I'm going to add is a teaspoon of salt. Nothing worse than an unsalted chickpea batter. I've got 2 teaspoons of chaat masala. The chaat masala gives a lovely sweet, tangy, spicy flavor all at the same time. I've got a pinch of red chili flakes. It's a change, now we're living in the fast lane. I'm going to add a little bit of red pepper confetti. I've actually kept this aside for the filling of the Bollypops, but some of them is going to go into this batter. And I've also got a tablespoon of coriander. The batter's ready. It's so simple. I'm just going to put this aside, and it's ready to dip the Bollypops in. The potato's been boiled and drained, and now I'm just going to add it to a bowl so I can mash it. I've got 2.5 pounds of russet here, and look at the consistency. It's nice and dry, and when I mash it, it mashes right away. Now don't overmash. Next thing I'm going to add is the chicken mixture. Look how luscious this is. So that's going to go in. And I'm just going to mix everything up. Now, you can see some steam. Resist adding the next ingredients in. Just give it a chance to cool. Just wait till this mixture is cool. If you have no patience like me, put it in the fridge and it'll come to a really cool temperature. I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of coriander. I've chopped this up really fine. And I've got about 2 tablespoons of red pepper confetti. All this is red pepper. I've taken off just the skin and I've chopped it up really fine for this little confetti-like look. I'm now just going to scoop up this mixture. I've just got a regular ice cream scoop. I've taken off all my jewelry and I've washed my hands because for the next step, you're going to need your hands to be really, really clean. I'm going to take each Bollypop and I'm going to take one of the little pieces of chutney that I froze, add it to the middle and roll it. Now I've got about 50 of these little luscious balls of deliciousness and I'm just going to prepare and keep them all ready, and then we're going to dip them in the batter and fry it, and it's ready to enjoy.
It's a change now, we're living in the fast lane. Go, 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 go.
Take the Bollypop, dip it in this luscious chickpea batter, and put it in a couple of cups of hot oil and let them deep fry. When they're golden brown, remove them, put them on some kitchen towel and let them drain.
And let my eyes close, lay my head down, let the lights go. And you make me high, you make me low, you make me.
50 Bollypops are ready to feed an entire crew. If these get a little bit soft, all you need to do is stick them in the oven and they crisp right up. If you like, you can prepare them ahead and freeze them and then just thaw them out, put them in the oven and they're ready to go. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time on Cravings Blog. And please don't forget, visit my channel at youtube.com/cravingsblog. I'd love to see you there. Till the next time, bye.
You make me dance.